Hello again and welcome everyone. Joe from On AV and On a Vinyl. Nice to have you back again. Something a little different for you this day. I was going to say this evening or this morning, but I don't know when you're going to watch this. Anyway, something different for you this time. I've been doing the 12 things that don't belong in the store videos. I've been doing the new release stuff. Today, what I want to talk about, want to share with you is I've been doing this for a long time. I'm old. I know I'm old. I'm comfortable with being old. So I've had albums for a long time. I think some of you fall into that category. Others of you are newer. But one of the questions I still get asked all the time is why vinyl? So there's lots of answers. There is the sound, there is the nostalgia, there is the cover art, there's lots of cool things about records, for sure. One of the main things for me, past all of the things that I just mentioned, I shouldn't call it a main thing. One of the things, we'll call it, as you'll notice, I don't edit things. I just put them out there, but I hope that's I hope that's okay. I try to make these personable, like we're talking, just like if you came into the store. Anyway, once again, squirrel, I digress. But, so one of the things that I really enjoy about vinyl, and not all of them have, but a bunch of albums have extra stuff. And I'm going to show you a few things with some extra stuff. Posters, pictures, things like that. Where possible, if it is still in the album when we buy it, it stays in the album. I don't pull anything out. If you've been in, you can see that there's some posters up on the wall. We've got some stuff from Dark Side of the Moon. There's the Bob Dylan from the Greatest Hits over there. That's all posters of my personal collection that I brought in. So if the poster and or the pictures or the extra stuff is in the album when we buy the collection, it stays in the album. So there you go. So this is just going to be a few that I picked out. There's more that have stuff in them. I'm using the term stuff for lack of the proper term. So here we go. Very first record I ever bought was Kiss Destroyer. Now Kiss, love them or hate them, and lots of people love them and lots of people hate them, had a lot of stuff in their albums. I don't know if there was much in Destroyer, but you think of Love Gun and it had the little paper love gun. They always had lots of extra pictures, things like that. All of the stuff from Kiss albums, most of the time, went up on the wall. I know mine did. It got the posters got taken out, went up on the wall. If you bought all 4 copies of the solo albums, the posters within that made a bigger poster. There was lots of cool stuff that Kiss always put in their albums. None of them are in this stack because, again, every Kiss album I think that I've ever ran across, there has been one that still had something in it, but very, very seldom. So, with that said, a band that the poster always seems to be in there is the one from these guys, Hotel California. Decent copy of this one, $10 for Eagles Hotel California. I'm not sure if it's the poster's almost always in the album still because they weren't necessarily like a Teen Idol kind of a band or a Kiss or good looking. That's not fair. A good looking lady, because there's definitely some nice looking ladies in here that have put some posters in their albums. So I'm not sure why, but in almost every copy of Hotel California, there is still the poster. And this is no exception. So there you go. There's the poster. That comes in your copy of the Eagles Hotel California. There are some new bands that are doing it. I think Taylor Swift is probably doing a fair bit of that as of late. I know she's got the one album where on the back it's got the hours of a clock. You get all 4 albums, you put it together, you make a clock. So she has somewhat kept up that tradition of stuff in or on the albums. But a newer band, these guys, Peaking Lights. I'm really not familiar with them. It's one that was in a collection. Anyway, so I can't tell you much about the album, but $10, there you go. They have got a poster in there. So if nothing else, if you don't appreciate or enjoy the music, you get a cool poster. So there you go. There's the poster that comes with Peaking Lights. and that's them on the back. I hope you can see this. I'm pretty sure it's coming through. So there you go. There is Peaking Lights Lucifer. If you buy that one, poster in there. This one is a little different. Not necessarily a poster. Quick story on In Through the Outdoor from Led Zeppelin. If you are not aware, there are 6 different versions of the cover. And originally when it came out, it actually came in a brown paper bag, so you didn't really know what you were getting. But on the cover, there are 6 people. 1, 2, the dude drinking, the girl by the jukebox, 2, 3, 4. There are 6. They're not all on this cover, but there are 6 people that do show up on the covers, and each cover is from their perspective, on the front, that is. So, this is the bartender's perspective, right? There's him, and that's what he would be seeing. Get it? Anyway, so that's something a little different. But, with that said, the stuff part of this album, as I move that over, is the inner sleeve. And this one is clean. You don't find it very often as well. But it's a watercolor. There is a little bit, just a little bit. But if you take a wet paintbrush and you paint, it's a watercolor that then turns color. I don't have an example of a done one, but you could probably look them up online and see what they look like. But this one has not been painted, so there you go. There's a Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor, and that is version E, right? Joe, look it up beforehand. Nope, that's C, pardon me. Version C. $20 for Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor. All right, up next, another modern band. I've talked about these guys lots. I've talked about this album lots. I've told you you should have this album if you're a Green Day fan. If you're a Green Day fan, you probably do. If you're a casual Green Day fan, I would pick up this album. This album being the latest, which is Saviors. It's awesome. It's a very good album, my humble opinion, for what it's worth. It compares to Dookie. It compares to American Idiot. It's just a really good album. We've got this used copy at $35. Nice shape. I think pretty much brand new. And anyway, it also comes with a poster. Now, if you've been in the store, we've got one up on display. That's the one from my copy at home. But this is what it looks like. And it looks kind of 3D, and I don't have the 3D glasses, but there you go. So there's that one. You get this poster with your Saviors, excuse me, and then you get the lyrics on the back as well. So you get Billy Joe and Trey and the rest of Green Day, and then you get to figure out how to fold it back up properly. There you go. All right, up next. Oh, this one's cool. Now we got a couple copies of this, and I think it's kind of neat. If you've got a dancer in your life, you may want to pick this album up for them for no other reason other than it is the Breakdance album. It's a K-Tel album from, I don't know what year. Where is it? Come on, 1984. That sounds about right. That plays. Anyway, so it's Breakdance, and it's a K-Tel album. And somewhere out there, there is a video cassette that goes along with it. We don't have that. And this is $7, by the way. But inside, where did it go? Where'd it go? I thought I had it. Oh, there it is. Right. I took it out. I had everything ready to go. So I didn't have to do that part. Inside, sorry guys, is a poster that shows you how to break dance. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Now again, I'm trying not to get out of frame, but look, steps 1 through 8 on how to break dance. So not only do you get the album, but you also get the poster that shows you how to break dance. So pretty cool. Let's see if I can fold this back up. I will fold that back up later because it's not going back to. It kind of went back together. There we go. That's the first time that had been unfolded, believe it or not. All right, so you can learn how to break dance or pick that up for your dancer in your life, and they can put it up on their wall and they can learn how to break dance, or you can learn how to break dance together. Okay, I'm done. Now, earlier on, I said part of why I collect vinyl along with many reasons, is the album art. Now, this is the example of zero album art, but this is the Beatles' White Album, and $10. It's a decent copy. It's not a great copy, but it's a pretty decent copy. It plays through fine. It's got a little bit of noise. A lot of Beatles albums have a lot of noise. I got to stop flipping the album around. There you go. There's that. $10 for that copy of the White Album. But it comes with not only a poster, which again has survived and stayed in there. Now this is a little bit more of a rare one. I talked about Kiss, where a lot of the Kiss fans would take the posters out, put them up on there. Well, the Beatles fans did that quite a bit as well. But there you go. It's got a little bit of a crease there. Well, it's got a crease everywhere because it was folded. It's got a little bit there, but for being as old as it is, coming out of the White Album, that's pretty good. So we'll fold that back up. So that comes along with. And as well, you also get some photos of the Fab Four as I drop them. Anyway, some nice 8x10s. George and Paul and John and yes, Ringo. So there you go. So you get all that in the White Album, and away you go. You can put that up on your wall if you like. Okay, what do I got? I got 3 more. Yeah, I got 3 more. So up next is a fantastic album with amazing artwork on the front. I can't get too close though because there's boobies. Animated boobies, and I don't want YouTube to take it down. But Santana's Abraxas, again, really, really good album. Great album. I think if that Santana kid were to practice guitar a little bit, he might be something. Anyway, so that's at 15 for that one. And that, too, has a poster in it. Most of the time it was posters. Like I said, with the Beatles, there were the 8x10s in there. There's some of that as well. And then Kiss had lots of stuff. But let's get this folded open for you so that you can see. Some of these, this might even be the very first time it's been unfolded. So there you go. There is Carlos and the rest of Santana. So that comes in your copy of Abraxas. Again, fantastic album. A couple more to go. I talked about nice looking ladies putting posters of themselves in their albums, and this is one of those. Donna Summer. Love or hate disco, it certainly has its place. There is some fun disco music. It certainly has a time and a place. I don't know if it's your everyday listening music, but you know what? Donna was the queen of disco. This is Greatest Hits on the Radio, volumes 1 and 2. So really, if you want to pick yourself up a pretty fun disco album, this is the one to go with. $10 for this Donna Summer. And, hey, look, Tom Petty. I don't think Tom Petty put any posters in his albums. I don't think he did. And along with your copy of On the Radio, Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and 2, is a lovely poster of Donna Summer. There you go. Autographed. Yeah, it's autographed, but, not live. Anyway, so there you go. Come in and pick up that one. All right, 2 to go. 2 to go. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I have fun doing these, and I appreciate the fact that you guys watch them. All right, Venus and Mars from a little band called Wings that some dude named Paul McCartney started after he left another band called, the Beatles. Anyway, Wings, Venus and Mars. In this one, there is a couple of posters. Paul not skimping out on the posters. Check it out. There are 2 in here. Now, you have to get them framed if you chose to. None of these have any pin marks or anything. They have not been on the wall. And like I said, a lot of them, if not all of them, this one's in a little bit rougher shape. But they've all been in there for forever, from the start. So that one's got a little bit of damage to it, but it's complete. It's all there. And then here is the other one from the album. And again, both of these come with your copy of Venus and Mars. There you go. There's the other one. So that's a little different. I didn't look at that one actually. Let's see. Ah, yes. Paul McCartney, Linda, and everybody else. So there you go. You get a couple of posters with your copy of Venus and Mars. One to go. Now, if you know, you know. Queen Jazz. On this album is Bicycle Race and also Fat Bottom Girls, along with a bunch of other fantastic music. I really like Jazz by Queen. It's a little maligned as far as Queen albums go, but one of my favorites. It's got the embossed jazz cover on it, but anyway, that's not what we're here for. $20. This is a nice clean copy of Jazz. And again, if you know, you know. And you're going, well, you can't show that poster. And you're right, I can't. Because, again, boobies. In fact, a whole bunch of naked ladies riding bicycles. Again, I'm surprised this one's in here. Most of the time, this poster, something happened to it. I don't know what. But, yeah, I can't show you anything. I can show you the back. That's about all I can show you, is the pink part of the back. But, with that said, this one does come in this copy of Jazz. So if you come in, and again, where possible, I'm going to put all this stuff back in here. Where possible, if it came with a poster or cards or something, Grand Funk, I can't remember which album had some Grand Funk stickers, things like that. So if that was a thing, it's still in there. We've got some copies, unfortunately, where the posters are not, but all of these versions of these are available, and the posters will be in them. So there you go. Stuff inside the posters. Come in and see us. We are at 1355 Cornwall in Regina, Saskatchewan. We are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We've got something planned for probably September. I'm not sure that we're going to have an off hours, and I've told you this a couple of times. I'm not sure we're going to have an off hours day or evening in August. It's crazy busy. I'm away for a little bit, so I'm not sure what we're going to do, but for sure in September, because I've got a big collection that's going to come out at that point, so stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, follow, do all those YouTube-y things if that's where you're watching it. Facebook, you know, like us, thank us, whatever, appreciate it. Thank you is what I actually meant to say. And now I'm rambling, so I am going to take my posters, and I'm going to go home now. Well, I'm not going to go home. I'm going to be in the store because it's like 9:40, so I'm here for the day. Anyway, thanks, guys. Talk to you next time.